Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. I'm going for the pirate look today. All I need is a colourful bird. What are those birds? Chemo brain again, I have no idea. We have a very simple project. I know I said that in the last video. This one's even more simple than the previous one. There are no zips involved at all. And it's a perfect one that you can do with beginners if you've never sewn before. And I'm going to show you how to do it two ways. So today we're making another glasses pouch. Very easy to do. This one's using leather, this one's using lined fabric. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. It'll only take you about 5 minutes to do this. And it's just one piece of leather with a snap at the top. And this one here is 2 pieces of quilting cotton and a little bit of stabilizer on the inside, and you can just use that with any of your scrap pieces of fabric as well. So your glasses will easily fit inside there, perfect for traveling in the car or just throwing in your bag or your beach bag. And yeah, like I said, it is super simple to make. We're going to get straight to it. This one will probably take about 10 minutes because you've got to iron some layers and you've also got to put 2 layers of fabric together. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, your choice. All right, these are the things that we're going to be needing. If you're going to be using leather or vinyl, you only need to have 1 piece. That's it, nothing else. If you're going to make this with fabric scraps, you'll need 1 for the inside, 1 piece for the outside, and we need a piece of fusible stabilizer. I like to use a really thin product called Parlan. You really can use whatever you like, even just a regular interfacing is fine. You'll notice that my stabilizer here is narrower all the way around by the amount of my seam allowance. I'm using 1/4 of an inch, so they're the cutting directions that I've given you. Some people like to have softer things on the inside of their glasses pouches, so when you put your glasses in there, it's got a soft layer. If you've got felt or blanketing or something like that, you could use that as your lining instead, in which case you probably wouldn't need a stabilizer. Let's get to it. It's super quick. The first thing I'm going to do is shape the ends of my stabilizer, and in the case of my leather or vinyl, I'll do the same as well. So for the stabilizer, I'm using a 2-inch circle template to mark my curve. It really doesn't matter what size you use. It's personal choice. But for a 2-inch circle template, you only want to measure down 1 inch on each side, which is about 2.5 centimeters. I'll do the same for my leather piece. I've marked both ends of my leather piece because it's easier to cut the curves individually. For the fusible fleece, I don't need to mark the curves on both ends because I can just fold that in half and cut that out in one go. And if it's thin enough, you can fold that in half again and cut all 4 curves at once. And this one, we'll just cut those out individually. We can always trim this back once we put the layers together. So if it's not perfectly aligned, we can fix that up later. Okay, I'll set the leather one aside. We can now place this onto our fabric. So this is my outer fabric. And I'll centre that stabilizer evenly within that fabric. I'll go and fuse that together and I'll be right back. All right, with the stabilizer fused on the fabric, place that right side up, grab our lining, place that right side down, so we want the printed sides facing each other, And we're going to sew all the way around, leave an opening on one side, and I'm going to sew from the stabilised side up. Then I can follow my stitching line along the edge of that fusible fleece. So I'll leave an opening around about here. Only needs to be about 3 or 4 inches. So I'll do that one. With this piece of leather, all I'm going to do is top stitch the curved edge at both ends. So I'm going to start here where I'm leaving my opening, and I'll back stitch. And then when you get to about 3 or 4 fingers width, we can back stitch again. And that's it. For the leather or vinyl, we're going to top stitch around the curve on both ends. All right, that one's been top stitched. This one's been sewn together. We can trim around the curves. Once we've done that, we can turn this the right way out. Give it a really good press and just tuck in those sides at the opening. So turn it the right way and smooth out those curves at each end as well. So that's been pressed, and I have my opening just along here. What I need to do now is top stitch the curved edge for this piece of fabric, and for this one I'm just going to place the wrong sides together, line up the curve at the top, and we can take this to the machine and we'll sew from the stitching line at the top here all the way down to the end, and we'll do the same on this side, and then that's finished. With this one, as I said, we're going to top stitch the curved edges. Once we've done that, bring the layers together and we'll stitch all the way down on both sides, and that will close up that opening as well. So I'll back stitch here and go all the way to the end. Flip it over and repeat. And this one here will top stitch. I'm going to make a narrower top stitch for this one because I was a little bit wide on the leather, but at least I can trim the leather down. So the top stitching is done on the curve. Now all we need to do is bring those edges together and stitch all the way down. That is all completely finished now, and you might just want to give this a press so that it sits nice and flat. And with the vinyl or the leather, I've actually done my top stitching a little bit wide, so I am going to trim this back all the way around to the top and on the sides. I'll do that one in a moment, but what we can do now is put some little plastic snaps on. So you can use those little metal ones if that's all you've got, but these ones are just as easy to use. And you can get them in so many pretty colours. Find the centre and measure down, say 2.5 centimetres or 1 inch, And with a pointy awl, poke a hole straight through all of those layers, and be careful not to poke yourself because it is quite sharp. Once you've made the hole, you can actually go through the two individual layers and it'll be a little bit easier. And we'll do the same for this one. So you can measure the distance across, or you can just fold that in half. Pop the end cap through your fabric from the outside and grab one of the other sides, place that over the top, and then we can clamp that together. Grab the other end cap and coming from the outside again, we can put the opposite side on and press that closed as well. Now you're finished. So you can pop your glasses in there and done. I'm going to trim this one back before I put my snaps on. And then we'll do the same thing with the caps. I've got the end cap from the outside. And that one's finished as well. So these are two slightly different sizes because I had not cut my leather piece long enough, but you can see that it fits the glasses quite comfortably. And you can just throw these in your bag or your purse or even the console of your car, and your glasses are nicely protected. So I know for those that don't like putting zips in or lack the confidence, this one would have been a perfect project. I didn't lie, did I? It was perfectly simple. So yeah, what can I say? There's not much to say about this. You can use leather or vinyl and just have one long strip of fabric or material, place the layers together and sew it straight down the sides, or you can have a couple of pieces of fabric with some stabilizer, turn it through, sew it down the sides. It's as simple as that. Some people prefer to have a little bit more protection for their glasses on the inside. So if you wanted to, instead of using the cotton like I've used here, you can get yourself some blanketing or some fleecy fabric, something that is probably washable. Not that you have to wash this, but if you use a proper material on the inside that's got some kind of loft to it, then that'll help protect your glasses as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick little video, and I shall catch you next time. Bye for now. Arr, arr, arr. I just need a parrot. That's what it is, a parrot.